What are some of the key aspects, about Bangalore real estate luxury market?
Honestly, there's a lot to talk. This is one of the most beautiful markets in India.
Okay.
Primarily because it's not just luxury. I'm talking about in general Bangalore real estate market. It's at least 70% end user driven market. When compared to other geographies you take, they're typically a big combination of end users and investors, right?
Yes.
Bangalore typically you see immigrant city, people come here, husband and wife are earning well. 2-3 years into the city, they decide that they want to buy a home.
Yes.
They save up for their down payment, and they can pay their EMIs. They do their calculations, and they're good. The calculations are good, so there's always a very healthy end user demand. Okay, which actually makes sure that that even if you see the worst economic recessions or pandemic or whatever, right? Bangalore real estate market never crashed. I mean, there's no crash in Bangalore real estate market.
Yes.
Maybe the price remains the same for some time, but it never crashes because a crash typically happens when an investor has put in money. So the economy has fallen down. They want to take the money back. So they want to sell off. So there's a glut in the market. It never happens in Bangalore. Usually never happens in Bangalore. Now when it comes to the luxury home buyer in Bangalore, right? I mean, the luxury home buyer of Bangalore is very evolved. Okay. Typically, if you see a Bangalore typical, demographic, right? They work for an IT company or any startup or any of these, big data companies where they travel a lot. Their exposure to, different geographies is high. They pick that up a lot. Bangalore is also one very unique city where we are blessed with a lot of places around. Like within 2 to 3 hours drive, this is only a city where you can go to either Coorg or Sakleshpur. There are 100 places where you can go to.
Yes.
So people here, and that weekend culture of traveling and trekking is high here.
High here.
So people are very exposed. They are very evolved. They understand the meaning of luxury. For them, luxury doesn't mean just a good address and Italian marble. That's not luxury for them. For them, luxury is life experiences, right? I mean, so they're always looking at who is giving them the life experiences. So we always curate that life experiences, and for us also the definition of luxury is that of course we are in good neighborhoods in Bangalore, but we don't just stop there, right? Today a lot of builders just think that if you give a good address, luxury, and you give an Italian marble and modular kitchen.
Most of the builders think about it,
yeah.
Saying in a jungle also with my brand name, I should be able to sell luxury.
Yeah. So for us, it's a step beyond where we think that, luxury is all about life experiences. If you can craft good life experiences, people understand luxury, particularly a Bangalore customer, right? I mean, for example, if I say North Bangalore, we have signed a couple of villa projects in North Bangalore towards the airport. So one of the villa projects, right? I mean, there is a nala passing through the center of the property.
Okay.
So typically what happens, this is not an active nala. It is just there as part of the village map. So we have to continue that nala, as in we cannot construct anything.
Correct,
there.
obviously.
And there are some buffers to be left around that. So typically what a builder does is they just cover it up. They'll probably do a road on top of it or a park on top of it as per the norms. And they are done that, okay, I covered this extra buffer area into part of my regular norms. What we are doing there is we got a landscape architect from Bali there and underground infrastructure consultant from US. We are actually regenerating the nala. So what we are doing is we are digging the whole nala, converting that into a lake with a lagoon, and in the buffer areas we are actually building a huge park with gazebos. So with this, what happens, we are actually giving the community, sense of community to the home buyers there, where in the evening they can come together and make those life experiences. As a property developer, if we don't give them the platform to make experiences, a homeowner will never be able to make experiences outside the home. It's all limited there. And where is the community? Everybody says we are a gated community. What is community? A community is when you have to give them the opportunity to interact. Only then the community comes together.
Correct.
So these are the kind of things where your luxury customer really values. It's not just your address and your specifications and amenities, right? What kind of life experiences are you crafting for me? So we are very, always thinking very deeply on this, that any project we take, what are the life experiences I'm crafting for you? So that is where we start with. And your Bangalore luxury customer today is very, very walled. Post-pandemic, this has become huge.
Okay.
The average
so
space
how
also
do
has
you
increased.
see a transition in last 10 years?
Yeah.
What was luxury 10 years back to what is luxury today in Bangalore?
So like I said, 10 years back, the so-called luxury was mainly good address to start with. Good specifications, right? Like Italian marble and a modular kitchen from Italy, let's say, is a luxury for you. And some specifications. It was all around address and specification, right? Versus today, it's not, of course, these things are there. Today, where it was evolved is also the space, right? In fact, COVID has accelerated that. Today, space is luxury. Today, your life experience is a luxury. Today, your neighbor is a luxury. if you can have your like-minded neighbor as in your community, that is luxury for me, not just the address. So it has drastically evolved in the last 10 years, and people today look at luxury in all these things, like, who's my neighbor, what are the different experiences I can have here, what is the community I have here. So these are some of the things which have changed drastically.
Do luxury buyers prefer custom built homes or pre-designed luxury homes? What are they looking for?
See, they definitely prefer customized homes, because like we were discussing about the last 10 years versus how luxury customers evolve, right? One of the big things also is personalization. So, and it's not just in real estate, right? Wherever you go across luxury today, personalization is a big feature of luxury today. Okay. So yes, they definitely prefer personalized homes, and that is something which we have been doing at White Lotus right from the day one, right? I mean, for example, whenever a buyer decides to buy a home with White Lotus, we actually insist on the whole family coming and meeting us, because we want to understand everybody's lifestyle. We want to have a conversation with them. Like, only then you will see how can I make a home personal to you. If I don't know your lifestyle, I cannot personalize a home to you if I don't know you, as simple as that. So that requires a little bit of conversation, not just with one person, right? It's with everybody in the family. So typically we encourage everybody to come. We have like a 1-2 hours conversation with them, and something like this. Actually, we talk to them, and we realize that a lot of things about their lifestyle and all of that. And that is when we come up with the crafting the life experiences for them. And this is a big thing for luxury people. The personalization is a very big thing, and that is something, I mean, a lot of developers are trying, but getting true personalization really requires some skill, actually.
No, I agree. I mean, most of the developers, because they would have already designed something, so it becomes very difficult, because when they are making large communities, it becomes very difficult. But I think with the way you are crafting, meeting each of the interested person who is going to buy a luxury makes a lot of sense.
See, you're bang on, it's not going to be easy. At scale, it's not easy to meet everybody customized, right? Personalized. But one good thing is, in the last 10 years also, we have always been sold out right off brochure. We never had to even dig a hole in the ground before to sell, right? I mean, it always was sold out before. So that way we have been lucky that we are able to personalize the home to you, because you bought it on day one when nothing is there in the ground yet, right? So easy for me to have a conversation, because I don't have to change anything there. In fact, today if you have to buy with White Lotus, there's a wait list actually. You have to join a wait list, and we'll tell you when we can.
Can you tell us more about this, because this looks quite exciting? So what is this wait list?
So like I said, we always have been sold out from day one, because over a period of time, the way we have been crafting home and crafting that life experiences for people realize that if you actually come in early, right, and buy with White Lotus, I can actually get my home. It's not just one apartment I'm buying, right? We don't call it an apartment or even a house. We call it a home. So people have realized that I can get my home with White Lotus in a community, completely taken care of White Lotus, because we do the property management also. So they realize that if we come in early, I can completely personalize it to me. So they have started buying. It has reached a point where we have limited homes. So we've reached a point where people have been coming and giving signed undated checks to us, saying that, next project, please don't tell that it is sold. So we've started this. I mean, how do we prioritize, right? So we started this waitlist concept. So where you come, if you are interested, let's say you have to join a waitlist, you will be given a number and all of that. So based on that number, you are in a queue. So whenever a next project is signed, we go through the waitlist and call. If you already bought something, or if you're not looking anymore, we go to the next person. So it is like first come, first serve, but there's a waitlist actually. We hope to continue this waitlist model even in villa projects.
I have heard about a waitlist typically in the Middle Eastern region like Dubai, where people stand with checks early morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Most of the middlemen do that instead of their investors, but that's an investor market,
of course,
not more of who wants to come live. I think with you, the kind of people who will come are who wants to experience that luxury and stay there.
Sure.
Right. How important is tech in real estate?
See, tech today has evolved a lot in every aspect of life actually, and all the more in real estate, right? I mean, tech can help you achieve a lot of things, right? Like comfort, convenience, control. These are some things which tech can give you, right? I mean, the way we use tech is in a lot of aspects. One is, since we personalize the homes a lot, with the current AI technology, we are able to generate live models of 3D render models of designs.
Very nice.
And so something like, if I have a conversation with you, I have a default floor plan, I have a conversation with you, I want to change that and talk back to you. It takes me 2 to 3 weeks.
Correct.
Right now with technology, in the same day I can do and send it back to you.
Yes.
So that has drastically improved using tech. Actually, it was not there earlier. That is one. Of course, during construction, there's a lot of tech we use actually to speed up things, get efficiency, the execution part of it, create snag lists during handover, identify a lot of flaws in the construction. So a lot of tech is being used that so that human intervention is very minimized. And even during maintenance, like I mentioned, we do a property management of all our projects after we hand over. We use a lot of tech there where customers are able to raise a ticket. If there is any problem, they are able to raise a ticket right on WhatsApp. Immediately we are able to resolve that. So with the advent of AI now, actually we are quite excited about the future, because in fact we are building out a big tech team here in White Lotus, because we see that this tech team in real estate also is going to be big, not just in technology.
It's going to be huge, because prop tech these days are adding a lot of value. That reminds me, do you even have a VR, AR kind of a concept to visualize your project?
So honestly, in our current projects, we have not been using. In the villa projects, we do intend to use that, because primarily because of the distance also, because in the outskirts it might not be practically viable for you to go and visualize a lot of things. So we intend to use that, but since our homes are very personalized, the visualization happens after we talk to you and we customize the home for you, then the visualization happens. But that is something we intend to use actually a lot.
What are some of the parameters buyers should consider when purchasing luxury homes?
So there are a lot of parameters actually people do consider, particularly in luxury context. Of course, your location makes a lot of difference, and then you look at a lot of your social infrastructure, right? You look at your access to schools, malls, your hospitals and all of that. So a lot of the social infrastructure makes a lot of difference, particularly when it comes to luxury context, right? One of the things which people are realizing now, which we have been doing from day one, is the property maintenance. Any good luxury property, if you don't do property maintenance, right, it can start looking bad within a couple of years. Even an average property, if you do good property maintenance, right, it will start looking very good even in future. So property maintenance is something which we have to see. Developer track record, of course, I mean, have they delivered on time, and ask around. I always say, don't underestimate the power of references, right? Just because they show something online,
very important.
Don't assume that they are great. I mean, they might be today, a lot of things are fabricated online. So ask people. Ask for references, talk to people who already bought from them and all of that. So these are some of the things which are very valuable for a luxury customer actually.
Trust is very crucial in luxury real estate. So how do you build this trust among your customers?
So one is, like I always said, we are very authentic about things. So we genuinely want to craft meaningful life experiences for a homeowner, right? So that authenticity and genuineness and the intent automatically translates into trust. And people realize the trust very soon, right? I mean, there have been cases in the past where after a long conversation with the prospective buyer, we realized that, and we told them also that you should not buy here, because maybe they just wanted to buy White Lotus, but they are not ready. That's not the right thing for them to do. We have advised them very genuinely. That builds a lot of trust. And also, if you see the top management also here, right, we are all from IIT and IIMs, where that educational background itself builds in inherent trust, and people like that, because intent of these people is always correct, and this has a lot of weightage on trust. And like I said, we never try to sell you something, right? I mean, we are here to make your home experience a meaningful experience, and that builds in a lot of trust, and we have seen in the past. And one more thing which we do is, we don't generally sell any home to people just because you can buy. So we handpick our people. So that developed a lot of trust, because when people know that today if you buy a home with White Lotus, they know that my neighbor is also going to be like me. So that took a lot of time, but people now understand that. So that built a lot of trust actually today.
Very nice. To reach the intent objective of building sanctuaries, what skills or knowledge are essential for younger professional people?
So lot of skills definitely. I'll give you my perspective on what I look at actually. So right now we are hiring a lot at White Lotus, and some of the things I look at is, of course, the intent, right? When a person's intent is correct, obviously the rest of things will fall in place. If your intent is not correct, then a lot of things won't fall in place automatically. I look at authenticity, genuineness in people, right? And when I say authenticity, it's not just work. In fact, when people come here for an interview, I don't even look at their resume before, because I don't want that to cloud my judgment. So I look at the authenticity in life, family, your friends, your health, so your general outlook towards all these things actually. And of course, a lot of cultural aspect. You can have a very smart person, but culturally, if they're not the right fit for your company, then the whole culture will start changing very soon. So for us, the cultural fit also is very important, and general outlook.
Very valid point.
very general outlook towards life. How do you think about life? What is your long-term goals actually? And these are things not just restricted to work, right? These I want to know about your life, your family, your outlook towards your friends, friendships, health, a lot of these things.